Hey there, and thanks for tuning in to today's Thursday Night Thought, where I share weekly messages and how to apply these messages to our life. And there's a theme every week, and this week's theme is incredible. This week's theme is about using words to create our 2018. And simply by using words. And I see you tuned in there. Hey, Kenneth, thanks for watching. Thanks for being tuned in. And I'm going to try and be a little more interactive this time, guys, because there's a bunch of stuff that we can talk about today and just expand on. It's incredible, incredible stuff. So I'm going to jump right into today's message. And then I have a really exciting story to share with you. Hey, Jem. So the message this week is this. You are a messenger of love. You are now being called into love in a deeper, fuller, and more mysterious way than ever before. In an instant, the universe expanded from one word, and that word was light, to span billions of light years in every direction. You too are about to experience a rapid expansion. Go forth in love and light. Isn't that an amazing message? I mean, I literally start wanting to sing when I hear this message because there are a lot of factors in this message. So for me this week, I'm going to share a personal story of how this message applied to my life and how you can apply this message to your life. And basically, when I heard the words, you are a messenger of love, we are messengers of love. We bring love into this world. And we're now being called into love in a deeper, fuller, and more mysterious way. I love those words. And it was something that I took in and started to look at my world around me. And where is it that love could show up in a deeper, fuller, and more mysterious way? What does that mean? I just need to be open to it, open to the wonder, open to the mystery. Hey there, Carrie. Open to all of it because it's something that there's a mystery to it. There's something I'm going to discover. There's something you're going to discover in this experience of love in a deeper and more fuller way. So for me, it actually had to do around words. And I was in an experience with an individual and I was having a conversation. And while we were talking, I could feel their energy. I could almost feel their heart. And as they expressed words of anger and cynicism and just different things, what was interesting is I didn't hear it as that. When I really listened deeper, and I got the fuller picture of what was going on in that conversation, I realized that there was a lot of love. Like wherever there's hate, they say there's love because there's such a deep passion that brought that on in the first place. So what it allowed me to do was I heard these words and I stopped. I stopped speaking. I stopped reacting. Basically, I just stopped and listened to what was coming from the heart because I believe our words are from our heart. So whatever's going in our heart is very indicative of how we're speaking to others. So as this person was speaking to me, I was aware of this, like just fully aware of this. And this mystery was starting to be discovered that if I were to continue to react to this person's words, that I was feeding whatever this spirit was that was in this person's heart that really was of fear. It was not of love. And I don't believe that those two can necessarily coexist at the same time. But what happened is instead of me attaching to that fear and just allowing the words of the conversation to create our conversation, I stopped. I stopped speaking. I stopped giving my energy. And I literally listened to what my heart was telling me, which is just love this person. Sit here with the energy of love in your heart, and what would that tell you? How would that change things? Well, of course, this person was like, don't you have anything to say? You're not responding. And it was very clear that I had nothing to say. I didn't want to feed that part. I didn't want to create that reality, because that's the control that we have with our words, and even in silence, and not what it is that we're sharing, but just that sensitivity. So if you were to open yourself up in that awareness this week, simply with the words that are being shared around you, and the words of the loved ones, and the words of the people that you're going to come into contact with, how would that change things? If you could see their words as a mirror of their heart, and realize that we're not born of fear, we're not born of poverty, we're not born of all of these things. That those are things that have attached to us, but the heart is our central source of love. And the only way for us to go deeper into it is to be aware of it and present to it. And so that was really profound for me this week. And I hope that's something that you can take into your week and experience on a deeper and more mysterious level. Then the other part of this message was that in an instant, the universe expanded from one word, light, to span billions of light years in every direction. And this reminded me of the book of Genesis in the Bible. It reminded me of the famous saying that, God spoke and let there be light, and there was light, right? But there's this logical side of me that as I read the rest of the story, it wasn't until day 4 that the heavenly bodies were created. So the sun, the moon, the stars, our planets. So what was interesting to me is that from this one word, light, it was like light was sourced. This, not necessarily substance, but energy was sourced, light. And then from that, all of these different things were created. The sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, us, our souls, the animals, like all of us were sourced from this. And so it was really important to bring that aspect in this week, because last week, I believe I challenged you with what is one word that you can use to create your 2018. Because you see, I've been doing this for the last, I think it's been 6 years. I started in 2012. That wouldn't be 6 years. That would be, anyway. I started in 2012, and it was really incredible to see how one word changed my entire year. My first year was reveal. The next year was, expand. Then it was transcend. Then it was, I might have that backwards. Actually, it was, give me a second. Reveal, shine, expand, transcend. This last year was union, 2017. And this year, my word for 2018 is abundance. And it is a powerful word. And I can tell you, 5 years ago, I don't think I could have claimed that word as a word that I would even quite understand. That it took all of these other words that I've used to create my years and see it come to fruition. And every year, my word comes to fruition in my life by the end of the year. Every year. So tonight, I want to share with you exactly how that process works. I want to share with you a roadmap. So if you have your word of the year right now, I'd love for you to throw it in there. Thank you, Michael. It's so good to see you. I'm sorry you're not a believer. I know that, but I love you anyway. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for being on here. And what is your word? Go ahead and throw it up there, because this is a big, big year. And I hope you can feel that. I know a lot of people are feeling that right now. The shifts of the energy, the energy that's coming in for a new year. It's amazing. So what is a word that has come to you? Because I believe we don't necessarily choose the word but the word chooses us. And in that process, it's mysterious, it's deep, it's a part of who we are. So if you're thinking about this right now, what's a word that you can use to help create? Maybe it's that energy of light that you bring into 2018, and just that awareness of it will shape what it is that you're to create in your 2018. So you can throw that up there. And then now I want to share with you the roadmap. And the roadmap is what I've used to create my own programs. Like this is a roadmap that I use for creation. It's very very step by step. So if you have a pen and paper, I'm going to go ahead and give these to you right now. And this is incredible. In fact, I feel like if anybody's interested, I'm going to offer and go into this roadmap a little bit deeper on a once a week kind of basis. So if you're interested in something like that, and us getting on the phone together and just doing a teleconference at some, nominal fee, like maybe $20 or something like that, then throw your yes up there. Let me know that you're interested and I'll give you some information. But for now, I just want to share with you the steps because they're super important for using this word to create in 2018. So the first thing that we do on our roadmap is we create intention. So with that intention, every map has to have a clear destination of where it is that we're going to. And to me, that's a part of that word that we're bringing in for the year. So that word is a destination. We don't have to know how we're going to get there per se, but we do have to have a destination. And so that's what I've done every year is I've set the intention with the word, and that being my clear destination on my roadmap. The second thing is the power of desire. And this means it has to be a word that gets you up in the morning. It has to be a word that has so much energy and excitement around it that it produces this feeling of desire, because desire is the gas in the car. If you don't have the gas in the car, you're not going to be going anywhere. So it's important to have that desire that gets you moving. The third is willpower. And willpower is different than desire. Willpower is the driver. Willpower is the one who's going to make the choices. In other words, who's the driver of your own life? And that's the question you ask yourself. And when you know that you're the driver, then you have the willpower to create and keep moving forward on this roadmap, which is incredible. The fourth one is the power of action. So it takes the willpower first to take action, to get on that road. And then in this phase, you have to know where you're at all times. It's something that it's a valuable life skill to know where we're at so we know where we are going. I just talked to a student about this the other day, and I said, it's amazing that in order to have that intention of where it is we're going, we really have to be clear on where it is we are right now and what's controlling us and what's making those decisions and what's coming through us. Because again, just like I was explaining earlier in that story, when we're aware of where we're at presently and what's in control, what energy is coming through, then that's how we're able to shake it off, move forward, expand on it, whatever it might be. That's how we're able to do that. And that only comes through the power of action and knowing that we're headed in the right direction. And then number 5 is the power of pleasure. And pleasure to me is very much, they say it's not the destination that gives us the happiness, but it's the journey. And it's true, and there's a reason why we talk about that, and it's because when you're on a road trip, I know this with our own kids, It's way more fun when you're singing and dancing and watching movies or whatever you might be doing as a family to get to your destination than it is to just be focused on the destination and you're going to get there. It takes a whole lot less more time and it's a lot more enjoyable. So pleasure is a part of it, and knowing what brings you pleasure and knowing what that even feels like. Because some people, as in the next step on the roadmap, which is the power of receiving pleasure, because a lot of people can get to their 2 feet of the destination and stop because they don't know how to receive. And so there might be something blocking you in that experience. And so, hey there, James. So it's super important that when we're on this roadmap, and those are the 6 steps that I use to create my own programs as a coach. And you can use this for anything. It's creation of anything. But when you keep these in mind, think about it. A lot of people just go for the pleasure, right? I want to have the good feeling. I want to experience the happiness. But if you don't have the willpower, you don't know where you're at on the map, and you haven't put gas in the car, and you don't have an intention of where you're going, then you're just going to experience the pleasure and it's going to die off. The whole idea of creating this roadmap for using our word as a destination in 2018 is so that we arrive, and we arrive in a way where during the journey we have taken in so many different experiences. We've grown, we've learned, this word has become a part of us. And that's what has happened to me every year. So I'm super excited this year to share this with you. And again, if you're interested in doing this with me, and we can create this starting about the second weekend, I'd say about the second week in January is what I'm thinking. So we could get on the phone together and we'll go deeper into each one of these areas. I'm just throwing that out there if there's interest out there. And with this, take this in, because this weekend I'm going to throw it up on my page, an opportunity for you to put your word out there, because I believe it's not just my word and your word. I believe that together, as we come together, it's like this beautiful orchestration of words. It's this beautiful symphony that we bring in for 2018. So I'm going to look through here and see, James, is your word joy? I would not be surprised. Be present. That is so beautiful. I see a ton of you on here. I wish it would just show me comments so I can respond to you. It is, choosing this word to me has been such a huge importance in the substance of creating. And I feel like all of everything that's happened this week and everything that I've just shared with you is such a huge part of all of it. So anybody have anything else they want to say? I'm going to scroll down here. Scroll and scroll and scroll. Hey, Marlene. Love, love, love you. Oh my goodness. I will be calling you very soon. So if you throw your words up here, if you watch this after the fact, please do. I promise to respond to your comments. And thank you for taking the time. Thank you for participating in this really powerful experience. So take it as an opportunity. And those 2 things in our awareness this week, as we're aware of the words around us, again, I believe that the word chooses us. We may not even be ready for it. And like I said last week, it may take a miracle for it to manifest. So thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to sharing our next Thursday night thought together.